Alright, so guys, in today's video, I'm going to be giving one or more ideas to make elements a little bit better. Now, keep in mind, these are just quality of life changes, well, for most of them, and I do think the balancing in this game is actually pretty good right now. So, I don't really think any changes need to happen as far as like nerfs or buffs go. These are kind of just quality of life changes, but let me know what you guys think. But yeah, anyway, let's get right to the video. Alright, so for Reaper, I think one big change would be for the Soul Steal. I think this ability should also lock onto nearby enemies after it kills the first enemy. So what I mean by that is, look at these two enemies right here. The first guy died, but it didn't go to the second guy. So it would be cool, like after, it kills the first enemy, then it locks onto nearby enemies. And it's just one ability, so I think it wouldn't be like too OP or anything. I think it's just a good quality of life. Alrighty, so we got good old Krampus. Honestly, I think this needs a few changes. So, one, for the M1, I believe that it should, like when it shows like the X, the cross or whatever, like, I think it's the fourth hit. I think that ability should do double damage since it shows two, slashes. I think that's a pretty good change, and it'll make Krampus M1 a lot better. Not that it's already not good, but I think it could be better. And another change I'd like to see is for the Frost Burst Nova ability. That ability is so bad. I'm so sorry. Don't get me wrong, the devs cooked when they were buffing elements, but just this ability just ain't it. I'm sorry. So I just think this ability should at least give like speed or resistance, since you already have to be close. Because like even the M1 range is longer than this ability's radius, so I just think this either should give resistance or movement speed, or even both, because this ability is just so bad. And I'd honestly take the utility of speed and resistance way over like damage. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, now we got Infinity. I think this is the fan favorite. I know some of you guys might look at me like like I'm crazy, or I guess you aren't really looking at me, but still, I know some of you guys just might think this is crazy take. But I think Infinity is actually in a pretty good spot. Like, as far as damage goes, I think it's in a pretty good spot. It just has no utility, and that's why Infinity is so bad. So I think one way to bring this out is, just like Kitsune, just like Phantom, just like Reaper, just like all those elements, I think Infinity needs a meter. Now this meter will be different. This meter won't be a transformation. But when this meter is filled, you gain Limitless. And after you have Limitless, I guess you get more mobility, more resistance, you do more damage with your abilities, except for Hollow Purple, because that would just be broken. And your abilities have a shorter cooldown. And to gain this, you need to do a lot of damage with your abilities, or just hit your abilities a certain amount of times, or even just killing enough enemies. Just something, just something to fill it up. I think this will make Infinity so much better, because right now, the damage is good, but it just lacks utility, so there's no point in really using it. You guys know what I mean? I think this would be a pretty good change for Infinity, but let me know what you guys think. And now we got Phantom. There's not really much to say about this. It's just regarding the meter. I feel like Barrage should fill up the meter, like however much damage you do with Barrage, or like however much hits with the, with the hand you get with it. And I also think swords, like when you kill people with swords, that should also boost it up. But let me know what you guys think about that change. There's not really much to say about Kitsune as well, but I do think when you're in your transformation and you use Claw Spin, the duration should be longer, but you should also be able to use your M1 while using Claw Spin. I think it'll be a pretty good change, and add just a little bit more DPS to Kitsune. Now we got the best element in the entire game, my favorite element, Galaxy. Like, come on, y'all, come on. Like, this might be a little bit biased, alright, but let me know what you guys think. So when using your Dimensional Phase ability, I think it should be able to use its Galactic Blast as well as its Black Hole. So that way, like, you don't have to just like get out of it while just using your Black Hole and your other abilities. I think it's a pretty good quality of life change. It'll make Galaxy feel a little bit better. So you don't always have to just get out your Dimensional Phase, have to wait for it to cool down. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that change. Now we got Sword, and I'm gonna be honest, I do not like this element, but I do think it needs some changes. Just a couple changes. I mean, not need, but I think this will help. So I mean, I think the hitboxes should be fixed. I mean, maybe just increase the AoE Sword has, like for its first two moves, I feel like they're way too short. The VFX are bigger than the actual AoE hitbox. So I think the AoE should be a little bit bigger in the first two moves. And similar to Galaxy and Kitsune, maybe make it so it can use the Blazing Blast ability while using Solar Drive. I also think a really good change would be to make it so Solar's Solar Drive ability, you know, is probably its fastest cooldown aside from the first ability. But let me know what you guys think about that. Now we got Mech, and honestly, I think Mech is pretty good right now. I mean, it's mainly just the Rocket Rain ability. That ability just needs to go. I'm sorry, or just make it so the rockets home to the nearest enemy, or just make it so the rockets even follow you, and then, you know, soon as like another enemy's by, then they all just go on the enemy or something. I don't know, but I think Rocket Rain ability just needs to be changed. Maybe make it so like the impact radius, like the AoE is increased, you know, when the rockets actually, you know, impact. That way, like, you know, it actually feels like, you know, it can like clear around you, because half the time it won't even get, not even half, man, like majority of the time it won't even get all the enemies around you. So I just think that that ability definitely just needs some type of change as far as AoE goes. Anyway guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know what changes you guys would do for like each element or just any element. But I'll see you guys next video.